What's up, guys? How's it going? I just got back from the gym. It's 2:30 in the morning. I decided to go again, and it turned out really well. This is a good time for me to go, I guess, because the gym that I go at, 24 hours. It's a 24-hour gym, and I can go whenever, and nobody is there. So I actually got a lot what I think is a lot of footage. I don't know. I hope it's all good. Without further ado, let's check out some of this footage. Let's see how it goes. Hopefully, I'll be able to do some commentary over it and, well, annotations. And hope you guys like it. All right, let's do this.
Boom. Alright guys, fifth time's a charm. This narration is not going well for me. Anyways, what's up guys? Here we go. We are in the gym. It's late. It's like 2:30 now. It's almost 4:30. Just trying to get this video together. I'm starting with some snatches. I don't do snatches very often. I'm not very good at them. I didn't film the first couple sets and warm-ups because I was not confident in my abilities, so I did not want to embarrass myself in case it went badly. Power movements, explosive movements, you really want to put when you're programming earlier in your routine sooner than later, because it's going to take a lot more energy. And these are obviously full body movements here. You're working everything. Power movements. When you're working for power, three to five sets at 3 to 5 reps. You really want to take a good amount of time in between each set, so maybe 3 minutes of rest in between. Even up to 5 minutes I would take, despite what CrossFit might tell you. When you're working for power, you want to keep it lower reps, lots of rest. I don't do these very often, so I think my hand placement needs to be better, but something I'll work on in the future. Always learning, guys. Lose my balance there. Then we move on to squats. Today is a leg day. I love leg day. Here we are warming up, and I warm up with basically just the bar. I think it's important to really warm up deliberately, even in your low weight warm ups. So you'll see me really concentrate on my form here. Knees are tracking over my feet. Below parallel, keeping my back and core tight, which is what you want obviously in a squat. I'll do my front squat warm-ups here too as well, and basically it's pretty much the same movement here. My wrist mobility is not as good as I want it to be, so my elbows drop a little bit. But when you're doing front squats, bar on your front delts, and as you raise your elbow up, it'll help you keep that up on your delts. So usually you want your elbows up, your triceps parallel to the ground, but basically, the same movement as a squat. Here's another warm-up set. I do low bar squats. The only difference between that and high bar, I think low bar is extremely easy. It's a lot better for me. Obviously it sits closer to the leverage point, which is obviously your hips, and it allows, I think it's an easier movement. You're going to have a little bit more forward tilt in your chest, so it's really important to really brace your core and your back, because your forward tilt is going to throw off your balance a little bit. So I would definitely start low weight if you're going to switch to low bar. Another warm-up set for my front squats. Really, when you're coming up, you want to you want to push your knees outwards. They obviously want to stay tracking over your toes, but that's really the cue that you want to think in your head is push them outwards. You see a lot of people when they come back up, their knees start to dip inwards, and you don't want that. I had another warm-up set, didn't film it, but here are my working sets. These are breathing pause squats. So typically in pause squats, you're just dropping down, pausing for maybe a second or two, and shooting back up. And that's really going to help you get out of the hole later on in training. Here, these are breathing pause squats, so not only is it going to help you get out of the hole, which is this bottom movement right here, but it's going to train your core and your stabilizers to really do without that bracing. So typically when you drop down in a squat, you take a deep breath at the top, brace your core, or even if you have a belt, I mean, that's what belts do basically, is brace your core, have your core something to brace up against. You'll drop down, pause for a second, keep bracing your core, hold your breath, and come back up. Breathing squats, you let out that brace at the bottom, and it forces your stabilizers to get used to working without that brace. Here's another set. I did 3x5 with strength movements. Same thing as power movements. 3 to 5 sets. Lower reps, I would say if you're going past 8, you're working more towards bodybuilding reps. Nothing wrong with that, but take a couple breaths at the bottom, then we're shooting back up. And then I do the same with my front squats, obviously less weight. But this movement right here has really strengthened not only my front squats but my back squats, obviously. And it really forces you to work when you're coming out of the bottom, and it's a great movement. Props to Greg Knuckles, Omar Isuf. That's where my shirt is from too. Same. They have an ebook out. Go check it out. Strengththeory.com. Good content, good videos. Funny guys. After that I did leg press and some seated calf raises, and here we're going to do some standing calf raises. I don't really like doing standing calf raises, but this area, I had a little bit left in the tank, so here I'm just going to fire them off, and this was in a very filmable area. The other two machines are kind of in the middle of the floor, and even though the people there didn't seem to mind very much, just kind of wanted to respect that state of the outsides. Calves are a lot of weak points for people growing them. You really want to concentrate here at the top of the movement where the contraction is, and then the bottom where you're lengthening it. Now here I don't lengthen it as much as I probably should, but you see I hold that pause there at the top, really contract hard, get that really hard contraction, break down those muscle fibers in that contraction. I've always had pretty naturally big calves, probably from soccer, but here I'm just going to fire these off. I don't do these very often, but nobody in the gym. And then, speaking of nobody in the gym, this is my first time ever using this row machine, and I loved it. It was awesome. Probably my favorite cardio I've ever done in my entire life. It was that great. I've never done it before, obviously, so I think my form could use a little bit of tweaking, but other than that, lots of fun. I burned like 50 calories in like 2 minutes or something like that. It's outrageous. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Like, subscribe, leave some comments, some good news, some questions. Peace out.